Is it possible that the very essence of free will is fundamentally rooted in confusion? Today we dive into a fascinating philosophical concept known as the law of confusion. This term often interchanges with the law of free will and the first distortion, but for the sake of our discussion we'll mainly refer to it as the law of confusion. Now, what does this law entail? Well, it's an intriguing perspective on the nature of free will and the universe's infinite creation. It's a law that, according to the wisdom of the ancient entity Ra, we third-density humans often misinterpret as the law of free will. However, from a broader perspective, it can be more accurately described as the law of confusion. This law operates on both a grand cosmological scale and a more microcosmic one, limiting the extent of free speech while maintaining respect for the free will of those who might hear or read these words. It's a law that, in Ra's understanding, is fundamental to the workings of the infinite creation, as all experience springs from it. This law of confusion holds sway regardless of whether one aligns with it. However, progress in each subsequent density occurs through an increasing depth of understanding and harmony with this law. It's possible that Ra uses the term law of confusion specifically in reference to the law of free will's operation in our veiled, intentionally confused conditions. According to Ra, the law of confusion doesn't allow or disallow experiential distortions. Instead, it offers a free reach for the energies of each mind, body, and spirit complex. The term "to allow" might be considered pejorative, suggesting a polarity between right and wrong, or allowed and not allowed. This might seem a minor point, but according to Ra, it carries some weight. We might wonder why Ra prefers the term confusion when both terms refer to the same thing, the first distortion. One possible explanation is that the entity exercising this primal law, particularly in the veiled conditions of third density, is exploring an illusory, separate identity. This could be viewed as a form of confusion, as if the Creator has confused itself and created an environment of confusion where the journey and the choices themselves are acts of confusion. This confusion is amplified by the veil, a semi-permeable curtain of mystery between the conscious and unconscious mind. It requires the seeker to reawaken to the truth of unity, leading to endless varieties of misunderstanding and confusion. Perhaps it's also called the law of confusion because, despite all appearances, there is only ever infinity and unity. Who then is the real actor? Who is making the choices? Do we confuse ourselves by assuming illusory individuals have a separate will? Or maybe even the reach of free will is not precisely that free because each generation of creation operates within the parameters of its progenitor. Remember, these are all interpretations and speculations. The law of confusion itself might have played a role in crafting this narrative, adding an extra layer of complexity. But isn't that what makes it all the more fascinating? In conclusion, the law of confusion is a profound understanding of the nature of free will and the universe's infinite creation. It encourages us to question our assumptions, challenge our perceptions, and delve deeper into the mystery of existence. A law not of restriction but of limitless exploration and discovery. A law that invites us to embrace the confusion and find our path through it. A law that, in its own intricate way, guides us towards understanding the very nature of our existence.